Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about the sensing side of the future. While most people are still getting used to 5G, the research in the world is already building the foundation for 6G. Joining me remotely today is my colleague from SmartAvatar, Shirley. She has just returned from high-level midterm meeting in Madrid for the Isaac-Newton project. So, Charlie, thanks for jumping into the call and thanks for joining.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Bob, and thank you for having me here. I'm excited to share my things to everyone.
Okay. Okay, so my first question is like you have posted on LinkedIn about the Madrid meeting. So it looked like an intense week of workshops and poster sessions. For those who don't know, what is the Isaac Newton project in a nutshell and what was the primary goal of this midterm gathering? Can you share your experience about that? Thank you.
Yeah, ISAC-NEWTON is a project which is funded by an European Commission, and the project's full name is Intelligent Sensing and Communication as Training Network for Perspective Mobile Network in 6G. So,
Yeah.
this is discuss something integrates sensing and communication in network things. So for this time, the midterm meeting, we gather together to have some progress report to the project officer, and uh, the project officer is who approved the funding to this project, and also we have some lecture during this meeting about the lecture is about integrated sensing communication and something generative AI and so on. So during this meeting, we have many good connection with each researcher and supervisor. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So, like you did it remotely before the meeting. So, remote research can sometimes feel isolated, right? So, how did being on the site in Madrid change your perspective of your current work? So, you did it remotely and you joined in like on site. So, how was the experience about that? Thank you.
Yeah. I think to have on-site meeting with each other is very good communication when you're doing some research because in the meeting we have the poster section, then we share our poster and what we are doing on our project. So
Okay.
we can discuss directly with my project and they can have some different idea and they can see my project on different perspective. So I can have some uh, I can understand some problem of my project and can have they can find out the problem which I didn't find in during while I am isolated in my office doing this research. So I think this is exactly a very good chance to have an on-site meeting with each other.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I think that it helped you get your works more refined from the perspective of your higher ups, or they seen you on site and it helped you to change and fix your problems. I think this is what you want to say. So thank you for sharing this part. So if we get into the technical part, let's move into there. Like the project focuses on integrated sensing and communication, which is called ISAC. So to the average person, communication is just sending data and sensing is like radar. So how do these two things come together in a 6G environment? And why is this synergy so hard to achieve? What do you want to say about that?
Uh, First, for the radar and communication, we need to know the radar is a kind of pause, and the communication is continuous signal transmission and reception. So these are two kind of communication things. So in 6G, the communication and radar sense are integrated together. That's why we say this is an integration, sensing, and communication. So put it simply, instead of having several systems for sending data and detecting objects, the 6G hardware will do both the communication and sensing simultaneously using the same radio wave. So it's hard to achieve this synergy. It's difficult because the hardware need to share same resource for sensing and communication. So they have resource competition, and also we need to do the two different things in a hardware, so the computation will be overload. So this some of the difficult to integrate them together. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience about that. So let's move into our company's side, like the SmartAvatar and the consortium connections. It's impressive to see SmartAvatar BB listed alongside giants like Samsung and other various top tier European universities. How does a specialized R&D team like ours you are working in contribute to such a massive horizon of European like Europe consortium? Can you share about that? Like, how does it feel to be there with the giants? Can you share your experience about that? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's my honor to work with many outstanding researchers and supervisors. So our teams in SmartAvatar, we can contribute through the agility, and we are focusing on the AI models. So also we are one of the few candidates from the industrial side among these all candidates. So our role can be we can become a role to bridge the gap between the academic research and industrial practical applications. So we can I think this is why we can join such kind of grant institute to share our project.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience again. So let's move into the career advice style or looking forward. When we look at the roadmap of 6G, we see terms like human digital twin and zero trust. Which of these future network concepts excites you most? Like, what do you think about them, and which excites you more, human digital twin or zero trust?
Okay, thank you for your question. What interests me most is the human digital twins. Because this because we through the 6G's ultra low latency and sensing capability, we can enable the virtual world to sense the human physiology state or action in real time. And this can change the experience of immersive interactions. And actually, however, the zero trust is also important because when we are doing a human digital twin, we are deal with many private data, and in 6G, the air interface becomes an exposure parameter to made the hacker has more opportunity to attack the system. So we should also consider the security part of our data. So even though human digital twin is most interesting me, but also the zero trust is as important as the human digital twins. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So let's move into our final segment. Like the final question for you is for the students or engineers watching who want to get into LEO satellite communications or AI-driven networking, what is one skill they should start mastering right now, according to you? Can you share your experience or suggestions about that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If I had to pick one, it would be an interdisciplinary integration. I mean, you need to integrate. You have the ability to integrate each fields of knowledge together because the problem we meet are never isolated because if you only look the problem from one side, then you might solve one problems, but you also create the other problem when you solve this question. So
Yeah.
I think the ability to rapidly understand the problem and you can synthesize the information across different domains. That is very important. Yeah.
Oh, oh. So they should focus on multiple tasking, I guess, so they can handle the problems well and give the solution at the same time. So thank you, Shirley. Thank you for joining today's video. And I think we are going to get more faces, new faces regularly in this channel. And thank you for sharing such an interesting topic like CHD. I think most of the people who are watching the video has got some new information about 6G and current networking systems also from this video. Thank you for sharing your experience. And thanks to you all for watching the video till the end. If you have any questions from this video, like if you have any questions in 6G, you can ask it here and Charlie can personally answer it for you. Thank you for watching the video till the end, and we hope to see you in the next video. I think I should get adios or goodbye from Charlie. Thank you for joining, Charlie, again. And this has been an incredible backdrop. Do you have anything to say to the audience for the last part? You can say it right now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone. And if you have any question, feel free to discuss with us and see you next video. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you everyone for watching the video again. And if you want to see more of this kind of video, we share it regularly in this channel. You can subscribe, and we hope to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.